is San Diego, California, Savannah, Georgia, Jerusalem, Israel, and Shanghai, China have in common? It's all the exact same latitude. 32 degrees by the Yamakra Indians, and the bench over there actually marks the very spot where Oglethorpe pitched his tent. Yeah, Johnny Mercer, you know, he was one of the greatest songwriters of the 20th century. Wrote over 1,500 lyrics, and people like Frank Sinatra and Rosemary Clooney and Dean Martin and Ella Fitzgerald, they would take his songs and they would turn them into #1
The Georgia Railroad. Cotton was gathered from throughout the state, brought here to Savannah, and then shipped around the world. From the top of that steeple, the feather flew down during the opening scene of Forrest Gump. Mr. Gump, who was seated on a park bench telling his life story in front of the Chippewa Square sign up ahead. Middle of the square is a monument to James Oglethorpe, the founder of Fans at Midnight, the Garden of Good and Evil on board. Not everyone raise your hand at once.
It was okay.
Okay. You got the Mercer Williams house over here on the right, which is prominently featured in the book and the movie. And the Forsyth Park, popular recreation area, features basketball courts and tennis courts. I think many a backhanded serve to those only to be operated only by women in 1884. The only way a man can get in here is if he was born here. Then he can only stay for 3 days before he got the heave-ho. The hospital remained in operation until 1988. So what was Mary's problem as far as men were concerned? She was jilted by a lover who ended up marrying her sister instead. 1890, in honor of John and Charles Wesley, the windows came from Tiffany's. Louis Tiffany personally came here from New York City in 1889 to help install them. Right after he had breakfast, of course. You know, breakfast at Tiffany's? No trials and appeals were necessary. Paid to be accurate as well as quick on the draw. Otherwise, you might be making an unplanned visit to Colonial Park Cemetery next door. Over the years, the record-keeping hasn't always been that accurate. A lot of bodies and markers have been moved to the square, formerly known as Eastern Square. Its name was changed in 1791 after President Washington came here and gave a speech. Following the speech, he threw a silver dollar across the square, and everyone said, "Big deal." You know, instead of across the Potomac. Monument to Tomachichis, regarded by many as the co-founder of the Georgia colony. It's made of granite that came from Stone Mountain, Georgia, the largest granite rock in the world. Not that one, but Stone. An interesting sculpture there out in the front. Now, what do we call that sculpture, Diane?
It's the government IRS building.
We're not referring to Richard Roundtree either. The shaft. Inside is the impressive collection of paintings and sculptures, including the Bird Girl statue. Southern Cuisine. It's the restaurant owned by Paula Dean, Stephen Mulberry Road Plantation. It's located some 8 miles up the river from Savannah, waiting for a long-lost lover to return. He never did come back, poor girl. She died of a broken heart. At the time of her death, she had tired but extremely muscular arm. A lot of Irish people settled here. Each year we hold the second largest St. Patrick's Day parade in the Cotton Exchange. That's the terracotta building there to the right. From there, the cotton prices were set around the world. It probably cost more than that. The gold leaf on the dome came from Dahlonega, Georgia. They've heard the expression, "There's gold among our hills." They were referring to the hills of Dahlonega.